All right, welcome back to a much more pleasant game two post game show for us Boston Celtics fans. The old bull and the young calf. Here we are, Dad. This is not a feeling we've had so far this postseason. Up 2-0, big game. Celtics, I think, really ran away with in that second half. What are your first impressions?
Hey, they took care of business. A lot of people are probably going to say now Halliburton left the game early, and I mean, yeah, that's a break. I mean, hey, knock on wood, you have to stay healthy. That's part of it.
Yep.
That's part of the journey. You know what I mean? And yep, all these teams they're shorthanded, and knock on wood, that's part of it. So I don't want to hear that they started to build that big lead when Halliburton was still in the game. So even if he stays in, who knows where it goes? Some of the things the Celtics were starting to do on defense were finally starting to work. They're starting to look like the Celtics. But man, I tell you, Matt, the Pacers team is better than I thought. That I can't never pronounce his name, not Halliburton, but that other guy, that young kid. What's his name?
So there's
Uh,
Nemhard and there's Halliburton, and also
Nemhard.
yeah,
Nemhard is that kid's going to be a player. Man, he is
yeah.
lethal.
He plays big. He plays really big.
Yeah,
I
that
think he's
shot
similar
is
to.
deadly.
I feel like he's similar to like a Peyton Pritchard, except he seems more reliable, right? He's like that starter Peyton Pritchard level. He has more confidence and
Yeah,
he's more consistent because he
yeah,
plays big, just like Peyton Pritchard. And I respect it. He gets a lot of offensive
yeah.
rebounds. He was given the what's it called the 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 Bucks a ton of trouble. I think he got like almost 10 offensive rebounds in one game against the Bucks. So here he is again. He's showing up. The kid's a gamer. You got to respect it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this team's better than I thought, but the Celtics are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be taking care of business. Love this position, obviously. 2 games to nothing. Going back to Indiana, I gave you the heads up in the pregame. They haven't lost in their stadium since the middle of March. Now, it's not being negative. I'm just stating a fact. Doesn't mean we can't win. Doesn't mean we can't. Hey, we are the road killers. So that does not mean we cannot go in there and at least win one game. That's absolutely on the table. But let's talk about the big story. Yep. Which I know it's nighttime. Yeah, I hear the crickets. I hit. Where are the Jaylen Brown haters? Where'd you go? Where are you? I can't find you. Where
Oh,
are you? This is what young Cav and myself have been, again, beating this drum since we started this podcast. We were tired of hearing the crap about Jaylen Brown, not worth the money, overpaid, turnovers. Yeah, some of that is true, some of it. But again, people forget how hard it is to get stars on their basketball team. And man, he was a man amongst little kids tonight. He was
yeah,
awesome. He was a
100%.
force. I loved it.
Jaylen Brown was the best and second best player on the court tonight. He just stood out above everybody else. It looked like he was playing with a bunch of little kids. He backed down from absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
And even when he got fouled, he was still making the right plays. The pass underneath the hoop to Brissett when he got fouled, I think
Oh,
twice, to be honest.
so great.
Just so mature throughout this
Oh,
playoffs. This has been kind of Jaylen Brown's symphony. Oh, Ron said he is
yep.
pissed. Ron is pissed.
Yes.
I don't know. And look,
Oh,
it's actually showing up over here. That's really cool. So I'm very curious, Ron. Please fill us in why you're angry. Um,
yes. We need some detail. But let me
I
tell you,
wonder.
Matt. You know what?
Yeah, go ahead, Dad. Sorry.
You know what probably happened? He got absolutely snubbed by
So
not at
snubbed.
least making third team All NBA. And you know what he said? I'm gonna eat their souls. I'm gonna eat every Indiana Pacers player's soul and every one of their fans. And that's what he did tonight. He looked
Yeah.
Michael Jordan-esque. I know, probably gonna catch heat for that, whatever. He was awesome tonight.
Oh, I get it, Ron. Ron wanted you to keep feeding Jaylen Brown, and I would not have been mad. JB had a real touch tonight, and he was not Ron. I mean, talk about taken the hard way. Almost every time Jaylen Brown was putting the ball on the floor and going into guys, 2, 3 guys, and just would not be denied. And I respected it so much. And he hit his free throws pretty well, 8 for 11, not bad.
Yeah.
And his defense, I don't know if anybody noticed though. They talked about it. They talked to Jaylen about it at the start of the fourth, but he said They said Siakam was having a big third quarter, and then all of a sudden, you did what the old bull has been asking our guys to do.
Yes, dude.
And he said, "Give me this guy," and he stuck to Siakam like no other. And really, I think you got to give some credit to Drew Holiday. I feel like that, like this level of
Oh,
tenacity, engagement on the defensive end, really starts and ends with the what Drew Holiday is bringing every night. How can you, as a 25, 26-year-old player, look at what Drew Holiday is doing to their best players, no matter how big or small, at 33 years old, and not say I gotta engage here? We talked about Ron's here. We talked about JB the other night. How you can't get better than him? Letting him go would be insane. And you talked about the All NBA. One note on it. This is how dumb people are. Somebody said, I was reading a game thread. They said that, do you think the NBA voters gave Jaylen Brown All NBA just to screw the Celtics so we have to overpay him? Jaylen Brown is not overpaid. Newsflash, people. The NBA writers did us a favor and let us pay him money nobody else could. I am so happy that he's on our team.
Super max. Absolutely. And that's what stars wait till this offseason. About 7 players are going to pass him. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And man, this is just showing the little signs of finally getting it together and maturing and learning from the past. Jaylen Brown did exactly like you said, Matt, what I've been begging. Like anytime a guy starts to go off, I want to see Brown and Tatum, one of them go, you know what? Enough of this garbage. I'm taking him. I'm shutting him down. And that's what Jaylen Brown did. He ate Siakam's soul, and that was amazing. That guy was on fire. He could not miss. He looked like Steph Curry on steroids. And then here comes Jaylen Brown. Enough of this little boy. I'm taking over this town. And he shut him down the rest of the way. I love that. I'm hoping Tatum starts to learn from it. Tatum, a little bit of negative hit. That was the worst half I've ever seen him play that first half. I'm not talking because of his shot either. Rebounding, non-existent. Defense, non-existent. Passing, non-existent. He was much better in the second half. His three-point shooting is still a problem, but man, much better in the second half. Way to bounce back, Tatum. I still wanted to see him amp up the defense a little more. I thought he was still a little loose in the second half with that. But hey, he turned it around. He deserves points for that.
Yep. And I think he did have a better second half, like you said. His defense definitely really improved, and we were really forcing them to dribble for the entire shot clock. They were having a really hard time getting away from us, and we would not be denied. We were not giving them an inch. And I think, okay, this was, I think, the oddest coached game I've ever seen. Do you know, Dad, how many minutes did Miles Turner play in the fourth quarter? Do you know?
I don't think he played any, did he?
0 minutes. Miles Turner got 0 minutes in the fourth quarter. Do you know how many minutes Siakam played?
How many?
2.5. He played till 9:30. They were down by, I think, 12, and they took him out.
It's like did he read the scoreboard wrong? The coach? Did he think the Celtics were up by 37 and not 17? Like,
if that was my coach, I'd be pissed.
A 17-point lead is nothing. I was asking the same thing. I'm like, what are they doing? Why are they throwing in the towel? I mean, I don't know. Maybe this I'm not saying this is it, but maybe he didn't want to get anyone else injured because Halliburton got injured. I don't know. That is weird. But again, good learning. They shut down Miles Turner. Didn't score a point in the first half after that ridiculous 18 to 20 points, whatever he had in the first half of game one. These are good signs, people. They're learning their little lessons, and they're taking it to the next game, and they're applying it to the game. This is amazing stuff. These are all good signs. And, man, let me tell you, if we can get the unicorn back, knock on wood, he recovers and he comes back, oh, man, it's go time. And then we can, that other series is interesting. That's going on now. Man, what we could possibly be talking about.
Start looking a little bit ahead. Yeah. We can start.
I mean, I don't want to do that yet. We still got to take care of Indiana, they're legit. They are legit. We got to go back to their place where they're really good. So I don't want to do that.
And listen, my dad and I are not suiting up for the Celtics, and neither are you as fans. So I want to say this. We can 100% look past the Pacers if we want to, and we can talk about those teams. So we will. Oh, and here we go. I'm glad somebody said it. I'm glad someone said it, Ron, because we were slacking on it. White, got to give him his flowers. Much better game. He only had one steal, but he got his hands in a lot of stuff. He played this game really hard. So many big
Rough
threes.
start.
Every
I
time.
thought, oh no, and man, he turned it around. Good point, Ron. We need to give him some kudos, both Ron and Derek White. Absolutely.
And you are so right. And thank you for bringing up Al Horford, Ron, because I got the box score up here. Al Horford played a pedestrian 25 minutes tonight, and I love it.
Nice.
Now
That's
we
better.
have to give kudos to. I have to give kudos to Obo on two different things. Number one, O'Shea Brissett. My dad called him Jacoby Brissett in the pregame because he just gets these names wrong. Jacoby Brissett probably would be a good basketball player. He's probably like 6 something, but that's O'Shea Brissett came in, brought a ton of energy, 1 for 1.
Effective.
That guy can jump out of the gym. Oh my goodness. Some of the offensive rebounds that he had was awesome. Brissett had 3 steals against these guys. I love the energy off the bench. Plus 18, tied for Jaylen Brown. When he came in the game, he made impacts. We got Horford, and now this is the other thing. The old bull is right on. Small ball. He said put Tatum at center, and we saw a lot of that in that fourth quarter. So
and it felt like it worked. It did. I felt like though Mazzulo didn't necessarily do it as a strategy. He had no choice because they lost Cornette. So I don't know.
Did Cornette get hurt? I missed that.
Cornette did not come back. He hurt his wrist, and yeah, he was favoring it really bad. There was Brissett almost killed Jaylen Brown at one point. I'm like, dude, you got to
he's going to dislocate his shoulder.
Be a little more aware of your surroundings. But man, yeah, the energy that dude brings, offensive rebounds, his defensive pressure, I like him. This is the type of team where keep trying that small ball. Keep up with them because they are fast. They fly around the paint, and all they need is a little bit of room, and they are sharpshooters. So man, what a great game.
And we do have a couple likes. We got Ramona and Duvan. Appreciate both you guys liking. That was a great game. It was pretty relaxed game, and thank you to Rick Carlisle for making a relaxed game by giving up pretty much at the start of the fourth quarter. I was talking to my buddy Jesse, and he said there's a chance that maybe the Pacers were just dog tired, and they just looked at Carlisle and like, listen, we're not coming back. We are pooped. Let's get back home and let's win where we've been winning all postseason. So
they are coming off a grueling 7-game series. Good point, Matt.
It's got to catch up to at some point.
Good. It does. And that's why, the young Cavs been stressing, get these series over early, not because less games means less injuries, knock on wood, and less games means more tread on the tires and gas in the tank. We saw, again, not to bring up the past, but we saw what happened against Golden State a couple of years ago when they were just out of gas. So, great position. Hopefully they can steal at least one in Indiana, puts them in position again for another gentleman's sweep. That would be amazing because that other series, that thing is probably going 7-2. I'm telling you right now. Minnesota, I know they lost game 1, but that team fights. So don't count them out.
Yeah, and I think, just like to add to that perspective, we have played, and this is what's really important, we have played the least playoff games so far. Minnesota's played 12. Mavericks have played 13. Pacers have played 14 playoff games. I would have to go and look and see what the Pacers' biggest break is between games. I could tell you it's not even going to be remotely close to the Celtics. And like my dad said, we made it out of the soil injuries. One thing that was super scary and really kind of pissed me off, and the NBA better at least find that guy. You got to set an example, especially for these low role players. Isaiah Jackson. I've seen that guy's name on box scores. I've seen him. I did not know he was a dirty player. That was one of the most dangerous moves you can do in basketball, to fit, hook somebody's arm and then pull as hard as you can.
Drew Holiday was ready to fight him.
Yeah, Drew Holiday. You know what
disgusting.
Did you read the guy's lips? What he was saying, Isaiah Jackson?
No.
He said, "That's basketball. That's basketball." He kept saying, "That's not basketball, you clown."
Give me a break.
My goodness.
Yeah,
that was so dangerous. And you have people like that out there with Tatum and Brown. I'm really glad. This is one of the earliest times I've ever seen Joe Mazzulla take the guys out. It was like a minute and 40 seconds. Usually he keeps them in there way too long, and I still think that might even been a bit too long. But
he should have took them out when they, 3-something left. When they had all of their bench in, at that point. They should have came out then. Remember, Michael Conley from Minnesota missed a key game last series on the very last possession of the game before, in a game that was over. So you don't want to just there's 2 minutes left, let him ride it out. No. You gotta be careful with that. Mike Conley's a key player for the Timberwolves, and he missed a playoff game.
Yeah, and
on
he's
the
probably going to be
very
struggling with that
last possession of a game that was over. So
he's
keep
probably
that
still
in mind.
struggling with it. He's probably not 100%. And we got another
That's the
like.
thing,
We got
too.
Gregory in here. Gregory, you're the man. I really appreciate all your kind words.
Oh,
Every
Greg's
time,
awesome. He's always
every time I see you commenting, it means a lot. And thanks, man. Good to see you. And it's great to see everybody on good terms, right? A big win, a statement win. Jaylen Brown, of course, is feeling it, and the hope is that there's only way we can go is up. I'm really sorry about Halliburton. It sucks. That's the sport. But
I hope he comes back.
He could come back.
I don't ever root for injuries on other teams.
Oh, yeah.
I think that brings bad mojo. I don't root for that. I feel like we can beat their best, and that's the way I want it.
Unless it's hockey and it's Kachuk, then maybe you want it, or Barkov.
Oh yeah,
but that's different. Hockey's a bit different, right? You want them to get punched in the head as an injury, not blow their ACL. But I will say, the Celtics they have to still take this team seriously. This team plays hard, and you got to put them away. And Pacers would not give up an inch if one of our guys got hurt. So we got to go. Hey, we got a guy, Jonathan J. Love your analysis from Taiwan, Jonathan. I really appreciate you. It's the first time seeing you, Jonathan. Welcome from Taiwan. It's about 11.
All right.
Right, 11:52 a.m. You're probably our most.
Yes, expanding all over the world. Thank you, Jonathan. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Go Celtics. Go Celtics from everywhere. Celtics have a lot of fans from all around the world. They're a really, really fun team to cheer for, especially with Tatum and Brown, two really likable all-stars. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
what are you gonna say? Good game.
Yeah, great game. Let me see. Next game is on Saturday?
Saturday.
What time? Is it a matinee game?
No, it's a late one. It's 8:30.
All right. 8:30 on Saturday.
Got it.
We'll see. They have Halliburton listed as out for that game, but it's probably just a glitch because of this past game. But yeah, go Celtics. Yeah. Thanks to everybody who took the time to tune in and bask in this win with us. And I hope everybody
appreciate you. Please hit that subscribe button in YouTube. Got us over 100 subscribers today. You guys are the best. Yep. We love you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. 102. Join us for pregame and postgame on Saturday. Hopefully we can go up 3-0. All right.
All right.